What's up guys, TechTime here, and I am back again with a brand new video. So before I begin this video, as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching this one. If you enjoy my content, make sure you leave a thumbs up. Also, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the LG Stylo 7, which is the successor to the LG Stylo 6. So I'm kind of excited. So let's go ahead and get started. And here we have some renders of what the phone may or may not look like. So again, these are just rumors. It's not a finalized design or anything, but a lot of sources do seem to agree that this might be the final design for the LG Stylo 7. Now, it's definitely a major change up from the LG Stylo 6 in a couple of ways, so let's talk about it. So the screen is supposedly a 6.8-inch screen, so it's a 1080p screen, and it is an IPS panel, so it's not going to be any OLED screen or anything over the top or crazy like that. And as far as I'm concerned, I like the path that LG took with this screen. So instead of having a raindrop notch, they shrunk it down, and if you look closely, this does have a hole punch notch that is slapped right in the middle, which at the end of the day will give the phone will give the display itself just a cleaner look. So definitely minimalistic and clean. Now also at the bottom of the display, if you look again, so if you look also at the bottom, the chin of the phone is about the same size as of the LG Stylo 6. Now, I also want to discuss the back of the phone. So the design changes on the back, other than the color, is that now it has a quad camera setup. So not a triple camera setup. They decided to add one more camera. And the specs seem to be just absolutely crazy for a kind of mid-range device. So here they are. Again, these are just rumors. It's not confirmed or anything like that. So you have a 48 megapixel sensor, which is crazy and just insane to hear that on a budget smartphone. So 48 megapixel followed by 8 megapixel, which I assume would be a wide angle lens. A 2 megapixel sensor and another 2 megapixel sensor, which one might be a depth sensor and the other might be just a macro sensor. If we also notice, there has been changes. So I guess because it's a 48 megapixel sensor, there's definitely more protrusion than the Stylo 6 had. The Stylo 6 nearly sits flat, but with these types of specs, the camera does protrude a little bit, and it is face up on the right hand side of the device. So there's that for you. Now also another thing that you may look out for is that the back doesn't have a fingerprint sensor anymore. If you notice and if you look closely, the fingerprint sensor is now integrated within the power button, which is again a cleaner design than the Stylo 6. So definitely integration. So as soon as you grab the phone and hold the power button, it should quickly unlock if you have the fingerprint setup. So next up, I also want to mention the specs. The LG Stylo 7, as far as processor goes, some say that it will be using a Snapdragon chip. Others say it's going to be using a MediaTek processor. Now, me personally, what I like to see is a Snapdragon chip, because the Stylo 6 had issues powering on and powering off. It's just sluggish and kind of slow. And even as far as the user interface, it wasn't really the fastest thing in the world. So hopefully they integrate a Snapdragon processor that will fix all of that. And the standard storage is 64 gigabytes, and it will have support for a micro SD up to 512 gigabytes. So that's an option. You also will have the same battery capacity coming in at 4,000 milliamp hours. So hopefully if they decide to go with an efficient processor, the battery life will be slightly better or will be the same. Okay. So also I wanted to mention that this phone will have 4 gigabytes of RAM, which is decent for a budget smartphone. And there will be two variants of this phone. So it's rumored that the LG Stylo 7 will have a 5G variant for networks and carriers that support it, and another variant that is a 4G LTE. And you do also retain at the bottom the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, your USB-C, and your bottom facing speaker. And the stylus, not a lot of things have been said about the stylus, if it's going to have new features or just new ways of interactions or just other things like that. And lastly, I want to cover up quickly on the software. So the software, this is my theory. So I haven't read it anywhere, but this is my theory. So if you look at my previous video, which is my unboxing of the LG K22, I was shocked that LG decided to go with a pure stock Android. So by that, I do believe that the LG Stylo 7 will have or should have the pure stock experience of Android. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.